Sound on. Officer gets a call about a man brandishing a weapon in the streets. See if you can see it. There it is. Officer retreats, draws weapon, attempts to get shots on target. Suspect is attempting to take off in his vehicle. Reload.
He's running down 21st, underground house. Starting inside.
Suspect is running.
I don't know.
Now look at this. Switch over. Go from taking life into saving life.
Get in. Get on the brakes.
Communicating.
On these.
Looks like he's hitting his leg there.
If I hit the face, 17 slow hits, so I'm hitting the right leg.
The suspect was struck by Officer Sheehan's gunfire and was found wounded a short time later behind a nearby house. Officers rendered medical aid to Wilson and transported him to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The suspect's firearm was located at the scene. Officer Sheehan was transported to OU Medical Center where he was treated and released. He has been placed on routine administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. During the course of the investigation, it was learned that several citizens had seen Wilson brandishing a firearm as he was walking through the neighborhood just prior to the shooting. The investigation is still in its early stages and will take time to complete.
Boom! What's up, you guys? Byron, Rodgers, Tactical Protection Review. Learn protection strategies from a protection professional. What can we learn from this? And before we get started, if you like these videos, smash that like button. Put some love on it. Subscribe. We got to beat the algorithm so we can make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous, right? So, officer rolls up on my man here in the red, right? The verbal exchange begins. He says he's drunk. What's the first thing we got to notice, ladies and gentlemen, right? Like, let's get back into our ABCs of protection, right? Context. You are reacting to a call where people have said that there's a man brandishing a firearm. There's a weapon involved. So context is we're already in condition. You know, we're up in that yellow orange, getting close to red, kind of like we are ready for anything. Suspect fitting that description, brandishing a weapon. We are looking for a weapon. We are ready for a weapon. We are ready for an armed encounter, right? The second thing that you guys, so that's context, right? Tactical positioning. This guy's leaning away. He does not want you to get close to him. See how he's shifted. He's back on his back foot. He's kind of leaning away. He's moving away from the officer. That's huge. But the most important thing, that's telling me about what his intentions are. Body language is going to tell you kind of what the person's subconscious mind is telling you. Their intentions. You're talking to someone and you see them start moving their foot and their foot's kind of pointed towards the door. It means they really want to go. You know what I'm saying? Now they're still going to be polite. They're still going to be nice. But as this guy starts leaning away, it means he doesn't want anything to do with me. And why does he not want anything to do with me? And these are the things you got to be picking up at light speed, because these encounters happen at light speed, the speed of life, right? So the second thing that I start to notice right here is, yo, my man, I need to see your hands. Your life depends on it. I need to see your hands. Okay, hands kill. We got to know where those hands are, right? So as we continue through this thing, okay, look at this body language here. I mean, just look at his eyes. What's the feeling you're getting from this guy right here? As you look at his eyes, his body language, he's leaning away. Hey, do you have any weapons? You mind if I pat you down real quick? So you're approaching him, he's leaning away. He is shielding this other arm on the other side of his body. You can't see that other arm. What arm is he probably going to be his strong hand? It's probably going to be his right hand. Where is my man's right hand? I can't see it. I can't even see his left hand. Hands are still in pockets. This is an extremely dangerous moment. This body language mixed with I can't see your hands, mixed with him leaning away from me, right? Away from me as I approach. This is not where you want to be. Personally, you got two choices. If you're going to approach, you need to take control. If you're not going to approach and you're going to create distance, create that distance until you get those checks. All right, sweet. I can see hands. This dude is actually submitting to me. Now we can continue having our discourse and I can continue giving commands and making sure the scene is safe. But getting this close to this dude without taking control of him while he's exuding this behavior right here and cloaking his strong hand, which is still in his pocket, is, in my opinion, a recipe for disaster. Much respect to the officer who's in this situation. He did an amazing job at getting on and off the combative front into life-saving and into communicating. These things are very difficult to do while you're under the type of stress that he was under in this situation, but we're just trying to learn what we can learn from this encounter, right? So when you go to touch the individual, this is the moment right here. This is the moment when things are going to go the nuclear option is going to be chosen. When you try to take control of that individual, there's a lot of kung fu about, people can break the internet about how you do it, the best way to do it, but you've got to realize that the second you touch somebody is the moment that they're very probably going to escalate if they're going to escalate. So of course he touches them, and as he comes around to that other side to try to get that hand that is being hidden, then the gun comes out, right? Now this officer does my favorite martial art next, which is faster than you fu. He starts running, creates some distance, draws while he is running, well done, turns around and starts with the gunfight. This individual is currently pointing his gun at him, boom, pointing his gun at him, and the officer is hopefully able, and it may look worse on camera, but he's hopefully using this vehicle as some type of, vehicles are a mixture of cover and a mixture of concealment. Concealment means you can't see me, but I can still shoot you. Cover means you actually can't shoot me through what I'm hiding behind, right? Just a real quick down and dirty on vehicles and what they offer you. Wheel welds do offer you some actual cover. These little beams here, the roll beams in the vehicle, do sometimes offer you cover depending on the vehicle. The engine block does sometimes offer you some cover, but all the rest of that white space right there, bullets are flying and passing through those things. Don't think that you're safe, and if you're ever in a forced encounter with a gun and a vehicle, get out of the vehicle. So that's just a little down and dirty. Everyone's gonna break the internet over that later. Boom, so he's using this vehicle. This isn't actually a bad usage of the vehicle here because we do have these wheels between, and possibly this beam here that might offer some cover, but that's a moot point at this point in time. Now we're using most of that for concealment, and he's trying to get rounds on target down here. I respect it. And the other huge thing is, right, look at how close these guys were when this fight started. First shot happened, boom. Oh, he thought he got shot in the face, I believe, based on what he asked those other people. But look at how good movement works. First shot, let's take it back one quick second. Movement is life in a gunfight. Boom. He's running, 2. And then he gets shot. So there's two shots fired, and then he gets shots on target, right? But movement, I believe, is really what saved his life. If he didn't get into movement, he would have been a casualty. Boom. Now, what do we see here, which I really respect? Communicating. You need to get communication to hire as soon as possible so they can get, communication is like the blood in the body of your organization, right? Now, if you're on the civilian side of things, communicate with people around you, communicate with law enforcement. I wear these so I can call law enforcement, I can call my team, I can do things while I'm moving around and while I'm fighting, right? We use push-to-talk buttons in private security. I know you guys are thinking you can't pull your phone out and call people. No, you can't, but we use push-to-talk buttons to turn things into radios and things like that, which we have on our person during encounters like this. He's communicating while he's fighting. Great job. You should be able to do both. What's this? We just got a down and dirty class on it. What are these things called real quick, y'all? Leave it in the comments. The garbage cans are concealment. They are not covered. Bullets will pass right through them. Good thing for you to note. However, he can't quite see your body, so it is something. It's better than standing out in the open. Reload. You can see the stress he's under in the way his hands are moving as he does that reload. You know, grabbing whatever he can to get that Smith & Wesson jam back up, right? But he makes it happen, and that's good. suspect is running, and once he knows it's safe, he shouts some commands to the neighbors. I love this. You need to have, especially if you're doing a job like this and you know you're going to find yourself in a force-on-force encounter, you've got to have your life-saving equipment on you. Having it in your second line gear is not good enough. You can bleed out in less than 2 minutes. That is a fact, right? So now he's put one small suggestion. Maybe it would have been a better move to drag yourself back behind that vehicle and throw that tourniquet on if you have that amount of time. But apparently they can see what we can't. The suspect was probably gone at that point in time, and it looks like, and based on the reports, he was able to get the job done in the sense that he had to use violence. Why do we use violence? We use violence to change behavior. This officer used the tool of violence not to kill the man, to change the man's behavior, to stop the man from being violent and threatening human life. Well done, and hopefully that video gave you guys some things to learn about. Come train with us. Come compete with us at the Protector Games, at the Protector Symposiums. Go to protectornation.com, and I look forward to hopefully training with you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, don't miss a single one of these videos. Make your friends and family watch them so we can all learn how to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. Byron Rodgers, protected by nature and by trade. Love you guys. Boom!